Hello everyone. Before we start, let me wish each one of you a very happy Ravindra Jayanti. That being said, our first topic today is how to improve bad writing. Now, before we talk on this topic, I want to relate you with an incident of Mahatma Gandhi. When Gandhi went to South Africa, he was amazed to see the beautiful handwriting of the lawyers in South Africa. And somewhere he was a bit ashamed of his writing. And he says that a good education is never complete without good handwriting. Now let us talk about the strategies on how to develop good writing. Strategy number 1 is good posture. A good posture is equivalent to good writing. Generally, nowadays, when children are having their online classes, where they generally tend to sit relaxed on beds and chairs, which impacts their writing in a negative way. Strategy number 2, the gap between the lines is not given only to fill it with words, but there should be also a uniformity of the letters that are written on those lines, and you will see a positive impact in your writing overall. Strategy number 3, create writing partners. It can be parents, siblings or teachers, where they should have writing sessions which will create encouragement and motivation for the child to write, and thereby there will be a positive impact. Strategy number 4, copy the masters. There might be someone around you whose writing is actually good. So it is advisable to why not copy the style of how they write, which will again have a positive impact on your writing. But before I end this strategy, I would like to say that writing or having good writing is not a one-day process. It takes time, but it should be done with practice on a daily basis to get the positive results. Strategy number 2, how to increase the speed of your writing. But before that, let me tell you something. Thinking of what to write will not fetch you marks. Thinking of what to write will not fetch you marks. Even writing for exams will not fetch you marks. But writing and finishing the paper on time will actually fetch you marks. So with this, let us start with the strategies. Strategy number 1. A pen is a very important tool in the life of a student. Always use a light pen. If the pen is heavy, it will reduce the speed of your writing. Strategy number 2. Never put the cap on the pen when you're writing. It increases again the weight of the pen and thereby impacts the speed. Strategy number 3. If you need to increase your speed, you have to ask somebody to give your dictations and you keep a stopwatch with you, where you'll be able to see how much time you're taking to write and you'll try to reduce it. With all these strategies, definitely you'll be able to increase the speed of your writing. Topic number 3, how to increase the motivation of your child. This is very important. See, motivation is all about belief system. Stronger the belief system, greater will be the motivation. We have a lot of examples. One of them is Arunima Sinha. The girl was physically challenged, but nobody could stop her from achieving the height of 8,848 meters of the Mount Everest. That being said, let us talk about the strategies. Strategy number 1, never ask your child to get a 90%, 99% at once. Instead, ask for a gradual increase. Let me relate this with an example. King Chandragupta decided to attack Dhanananda directly and he failed. And then he learnt a very important lesson from a lady who was telling her child not to eat the hot rice from the middle but to eat it from the sides. This lesson helped Chandragupta Maurya to attack Dhanananda the next time and he won. Strategy number 2, allot rewards whenever the child is able to finish a task. Here also let me relate you with an example. We all must have seen the movie Bhag Milkha Bhag, right? Here Milkha Singh never aspired, to get and win championships. His first motive was to get the milk. Remember, he was running doodh, 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 doodh. Yes. So his first target was that and he achieved it. Gradually, these things developed self-confidence in him, and you remember the famous dialogue that was used, Bhagunga bhi vaise. That is self-confidence, and that comes with self-esteem, and thereby he went on to win championships and medals. Topic number 4, how to increase the memory of children. Now this is a very important topic because we all have a very wrong concept that only learning loudly, reading loudly, dar, 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 is actual learning. That's not how it is. Before that, we need to understand what is the learning pattern of the child. We need to analyze that. For example, does he needs to write to learn? Does he needs to read loudly to learn? Or does he need somebody else to read it out for him so that he can hear it and learn? If you are able to analyze perfectly, so that it will be helpful for the child to learn. Now saying this, let us talk about some of the strategies. Strategy number 1, make abbreviations. For example, if there is a lot of words in a one particular sentence that a child has to learn, what we can do is we can take out the initials of those particular words and make it into a short form. Now for example, a boy went to a shop. He bought a balloon, an apple, an egg and a donut. Now if you take the initials of these letters, then automatically it will become B-A-N-D, band. Now the band will be easily remembered by the child. If he remembers band, then automatically he'll remember all these words. Now the second strategy is about storytelling. Now for example, if we go out on the road, we generally do not remember the people who have passed by, who are walking by us. We do not remember them, nor do we remember the faces, nor the color of their clothes, nor the number plate, nothing. Now for example, if we see a monkey riding a scooty and going on the road, we would definitely remember it, right? So if we have all these informations that are there in the book, and if we can make a story out of those keywords into a very funny story, it will always be remembered into our mind. I would like to name a few students of mine. For example, Diya, Disha, Gathik, Shulin, Arshin. These are some of my students who have become masters in this. Topic number 5, time management. Now what is time management? Doing something on time with a 99% efficiency is not time management, but doing something on time with 100% efficiency is actual time management. So time management leads to productivity. Now in this COVID scenario, our children are exposed to a digital attack where schools, tuitions and everything is on a digitalized platform. But if you look on the other side, this is also a very good time for them to learn. If they are able to slot their times accordingly, there will be lots of time left for them to learn new things. For example, our Everything About English mentorship program. It's a brilliant program where I handhold children to learn English from the base. I would insist you all to once call on this board line number given below and ask that would this program be beneficial for your child or not. Topic number 6, how to make a timetable. Now a timetable is not made for a child to sit for 10 to 12 hours and study. A timetable is basically made to make the student comfortable, confident and easy to approach attitude towards his target. Now there are 2 strategies that I would like to suggest. Strategy number 1, never make a yearly timetable. Instead, make a weekly timetable setting your priorities first for a week and then try to achieve that. The second is always keep a review day once you achieve the target. On the review day, you need to keep 3 things in mind. Number 1, what you could achieve, what you could not achieve, and number 3, why you could not achieve those. If you're able to understand and get the answers of why you couldn't do it, so the next week target when you will be making, then automatically you won't be repeating those mistakes, and in this fashion you will be able to more effectively make a weekly routine and achieve your goals instead of having a 1 year monotonous and a boring timetable. With this we come to an end to this beautiful discussion. Hope you all have liked it very much. Do comment below if you have some more questions or on some topics that you would like to hear from me, and share it with people who might need this. Thank you so much.